You're really trying to get me mashed up at it. You know what? Question 3, ladies, gonna hate me even more. Do overbearing mums create narcissistic sons? How does the behaviour of mothers impact their sons and the behaviour of fathers impact their daughters? And I'm just gonna go back this fire exit now, and I'll bid you all a farewell and good night. Ta-ta! Princess, over to you.
Right, it's so interesting that that's a question, because we've recently discovered a term called emotional incest. Yes. Does anybody know what that is? I know what that is. Really? No, I didn't know that was a thing. So emotional incest, yeah, is when a mother kind of consumes her son emotionally, yeah. And I don't know if you've recently seen, but Marlon Wayans said, you know what, I never wanted my mum to be second place to any woman, and that's why I haven't married, I haven't taken anyone seriously, etc, etc. Yeah, that's a real thing, and this is a famous man who has access to, you know, loads of great potential partners. And I think it's fully loaded, it's really fully loaded, but to keep it in a nutshell, I think mothers need to be really mindful, particularly when they don't have a man in the home, that they are not replacing their emotional needs with their son. You know, when they say, oh, my little husband, or my little, oh, it's date night, or whatever, sometimes it's not as innocent as it looks. They have to be making a space, making room. I even saw a post just today of a woman getting married, well, simulating getting married. She wasn't actually getting married to him, but she was in a dress and he was in a tuxedo and everything, and it was in their living room, getting married to her son. It was He was about 4 years old. And women need to be really mindful when romanticizing relationships with their children, because although you might think it's cute, we're taking pictures, we've had such a great relationship, it emotionally warps the son's mind. And sometimes the mother becomes competitive with the son's partners or potential partners, and actually sabotages relationships that the son has purposely, because she wants to be number one. As far as I'm concerned, that is the height of selfishness. We do not have children to keep them underneath us. We have children to let them go out into the world and experience their own lives, their own experiences. So, you know, sometimes mums do need to be in check, and sometimes there's no one to hold them accountable. There's no one to say, you know what, let him live, stop doing that, stop shunning away. I'm sure as a woman, you know, you've been to men's houses or met the mum and been really excited to meet the mum, and she's treated you like crap because no woman is good enough for my son, and da-da-da-da-da. That's toxic, you know. As a mum, we really need to check ourselves. We want to protect our children, of course, but don't smother them, don't stifle them. You're taking away their opportunity for happiness.
Emotional!
Everything you said. And yeah, definitely, I think it is a real life thing that there is a pedestal that a lot of the mums are putting their children on, and especially putting their sons on, that they can't manage later on in life, because they haven't had to have accountability or the responsibility to do that. They haven't had to educate themselves enough to get to where they wanted to, or they need to be as adults, because the mums have kept them as a child forever. They've kept them as, you know, oh, that's my son, I'll do anything for him. So then what's happening is we're having the opposite, we're having the adverse effect. And then these grown children are having relationships with people, and it's creating toxic situations. It is happening, you know, the men are becoming narcissistic, misogynistic, because they have felt like, or the overbearing mums have put them in this cotton wool for the whole of their lives. But also the relationship with a mum and son, because that was the other part of the question, and a father and his daughter also impacts their success in the future. It impacts the success of their future relationships, their success in business as well, because it's how you place yourself in society and your acceptability, how you view your self-worth, your self-esteem, your actual movement around the people around you, because how my relationship with my dad, how I look at my dad is what I benchmark other men to be. Same with my mum. I look at my mum and say, right, okay, this is what I need to aspire to be like, or this is what I accept. And whether that's good or bad, that's what my perception is, that's what my reality is, and this is what happens in society all around. And this is why sometimes the balance is lost. And also, in single parent households, we are finding more and more, and studies have shown this as well, that the women are becoming too masculine. And therefore, what the men are looking for, and what these young boys are becoming, is a little bit too feminine. And they're not understanding the role of a man in society. They're not the man of the house, they're the child of the house, they're the boy of the house. But you are a man in society. You are a young man, you are a grown man, you are then a man in your own right. You can't become a man in your own right if you are babied and if you're too feminine.
Yeah, man.
See, in it. I'm calling my mum.
I like that. Do you know what? I'll say it from a parent's perspective for myself. I have a daughter, and the one thing I think for me personally, I would say it as this: like, I never wanted to treat my children how my parents treated me. Do you get it? I think most of us if you're born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s, you got licks. You got licks with items. You got licks with apparatus, you know? Most of us in here, I think none of us has ever licked our child with the shower curtain or even thought about doing that. Do you get it? But nah, see them old school gal there, you know, their children getting beaten with slipper, stick, so I say it like this. Me personally, how I view like raising a daughter, it's a case of whatever I do, my daughter's watching. So recently, like, my daughter came to me and she said, Daddy, I really love how our relationship is now, and how, like, my daughter said to me straight, and it made me cry a little piece, I can own it, because she said these words and it messed me up. She said, Daddy, any boy that comes to me, they got a lot of ladder to climb, you know? And I was like, why? She's like, Daddy, your birthday, that's your pin code is my birthday. I was like, hey, how do you know that? Like, don't be using my card. But then she said, no, but you have, like, just little things, like, I have her name tattooed on my skin. And she was like, Dad, if a man's he's got to tattoo his name on me if he wants to love me. And I was like, that's a bit too far. That's a bit too far. But I got the premise of what she was basically saying. And for men, them mums there that are just nuff. That's what I call them, nuff. Not over, they're just nuff. It's because, let's keep 100, they're searching. They want a man to give them what their child is. Like, their child is their love. Like, every man in here can say their first love was their mum, innit? Straight. Like, my first love was my mum. I love my mum unconditionally. That was my first love. But if that woman then is just nuff with it and just extra, and then when I get a gal now, she might say, no, she's not right, and rare, tear, and then you're gonna get a dickhead man, innit? Because some of you lot have been in relationships with men, and they go to their mum. Something happens in the relationship, they go to their mum. They don't even go to their brethren, they go to their mum. And their mum said, no man, no girl should do this, and no girl should do that, and rare, tear. And then you're thinking, no, bruv, you're a dickhead, bruv. You didn't even go to Simon. You went to Merlin. Like, it's long. So, me personally, if there's an overbearing man, 9 times out of 10, ladies, let's keep it 100. You saw a red flag at one point, regards to that. But some of you lot will ignore it, and some of you will say, nah, I'm gone. And then you'll try to deal with it. Oh, I can change it a little bit, and then you're fighting the mum, and then it comes like some Hollywood movie at that point. So, yeah.
Overbearing mums, yeah. God forbid the other woman gets to experience the love that they didn't get to experience. You know what them ones there? You know what I mean? Because they have that little jealousy and stuff like that, some of them, you know? And then when they baby their son so much, then you can't have a leader or a man of the house of your household, like stemming off of what you said, because they're still a boy, but they have to be a man. You understand what I mean? So when you're raising a boy, you have to know what kind of things you're instilling into him, so you can't make him highly emotional and just tend to everything and not make him, you know, like step out and find his own way. Do you understand what I mean? Because he won't know what to do with his own family when he gets them, do you know? And then with the behaviour of the father, like you said, is imperative. Do you understand, when it comes to fathers and daughters, because they set the tone of what you look for, what they look for when they go out into the world. It's levels in it. So the levels that they see their dad set, they know what they're supposed to kind of see when they go out there. When they don't have any of that and they're just vulnerable, they got daddy issues, like any little thing will gas them. When you let them know what they should look for and how they're meant to be treated, princess treatment, they have a different type of confidence in them when they step out. And when you have confidence within you, you start to set levels for yourself, because you're not going to stand for anything. You know, them ones there. So that's definitely important. Yeah.
You know, I hate to be in agreement with everyone. It's just boring that way.
Find a way, man.
Yeah, so
We're counting on you.
You know what it is, yeah? I've noticed, I can't remember who said it, but the angle they approached it from is a man with a woman who's raised by an overbearing mum. But I personally think that, like, your mum knows you your best, innit? So all the people who I know who are with people that their mum told them to be with are in long-lasting, happy relationships. Do you get what I mean? Because the truth is, some girl are crosses out here, and your mum might need to be the person to tell you this, because she's got life experience. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Because the sun that shined 100 years ago is the sun that's going to shine tomorrow. So someone who's been there longer can tell you it. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, I'm 36 or 37 now. I don't even remember what that was. But I remember being 18 and thinking I know everything, innit? And now I'm 36 or 37. I realised that at that age I didn't really know nothing. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So your parents have like life experience, and they can see certain things you might not see, innit? And what else was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm 37, sorry. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think good mums are good. Mums that care about their kids that are involved, like, it often keeps them on the straight and narrow and keeps them away from certain things, innit? Of course, there's meant to be a man in the house, so a lot of women are masculine and don't have a man in it. But I think if you're a mum and you love your pickney, you're, as someone said earlier, you're showing them like what the opposite sex should be like and how they show you love, in it. So for a man, it's not very often you get unconditional love in the world. So to want to remove the person who gives you that and tell them to turn it down just don't make sense to me personally.
So, good evening, everyone. To kind of put what everyone has said into context, I think we need to understand that those types of women, majoritively, have not been raised by their father. And it's important to comprehend the power of being raised by your mother and your father, or your father being present in your life, even regardless of whether your parents are separated. It's very important. And I say that because my mum's an example. I always say this in conversations like this. Like, so how can I best put this? Like I said, those women have not been raised by a man. My mum had a father in her life. She speaks very highly of him. And my father being absent, my mum did something different to my friends of my generation. How I saw their mums treat them, the things that she would say, things that she would do. Yo, Shabs, I got beat by my mum, don't get it twisted, 80s baby, she did all of that. But her level of communication and like what has been expressed by some of the panel, like allowing us to go outside and learn ourselves and understand ourselves, maintaining respect for an absent father who wasn't there. Do you get what I'm saying? Not telling us, oh, I'm your mum and your dad. She actually reminded us all the time, I can't be your dad. I am your mum. So it enabled us to also grow and understand that in this house, this is a woman that I'm always dealing with. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and I used to work with children as well, so it's very important to understand that I could always notice what child, male child, had an overprotective mother. I would just say it simply like that. An overprotective mother, essentially, like, you could, no cap, but you could see in young children, like, based on their mother's behaviour with them, this boy potentially could be leaning the other way. Do you see what I'm saying? No, it's not a game, it's a serious thing. I worked with young children for years, and it's identifiable. You could see what, by the child, what parent was overly aggressive with that child. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, just by how the child would behave and interact with another adult, male or female, you could identify these things. And most of those women, identifiable, didn't have a man that they were raised by, their father. So this thing is very important. It's important that we understand that actually raising our children is kind of like a lost art for us. And we must remember that both ways, a man for his boy child and his daughter, and a woman for her son and her daughter, must be the leaders of the example. Not what they want them to be, they must be what they want their children to be. They must act and behave in the way that they want their children to raise themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of us, we want our children to behave a way, but we're not demonstrating that. And the one thing that I had was the demonstration. Like, my mum demonstrated how she wanted us to be. And that's a lost art.
Bam, bam! Yeah, give it up for that. Yes, let the horns blow. Anybody else that I've missed? All right. Wow. Good. Good half, lads and ladies. Good half. Strong performance, strong performance. Right, what we're going I'm gonna hand this one out. I want some crowd participation with this one as well, alright? Tell us a red flag that you dislike in the opposite sex and a red flag that you actually do like from the opposite sex.
A red flag that I don't like, overly clingy men who want you to change your lifestyle, as in career lifestyle. For me, like I said, I've been in the music industry 28 years, so there's a lot of challenges that come with that. And people want you to change your whole lifestyle for that. So I can't not go to an event. I can't not take my bookings. I can't, not do those things. So for that, yeah, that's a red flag that I don't like. A red flag that I do like, I'm just gonna admit, men who are slightly emotionally unavailable sometimes. It's just being honest. I have to be honest in this because I like the chase a little bit. I like to figure it out with them. It doesn't mean I'm going to stay there forever with the chase, but there has to be something that we have to work out. We have to get to know each other and grow to know that we're comfortable and safe enough to build with those things, and then that emotional unavailability becomes available.
Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. Pryncess, see how it works? That's how it works. Fair play, fair play, fair play. I'll come back and say what you used to like.
A red flag I do like. I ain't gonna lie, I like.
No, sharp.
Bro, I'm gonna answer it the way I'm going to answer it. Please and thank you.
Alright.
The red flag I do like. I like rude, I like feisty women, I like rude women. Like, I like a woman who's just gonna put me in my place, little piece. Like, I like that. Like, be rank and rude, because I'm rude. So, if you're not rude, that ain't gonna work for me. And I know I know for some people it's a red flag. I don't want the prissy thing. I don't, like, yeah, be a lady in the streets and outside and that, but at home, like, be a bit feisty, man. Like, nah, not a bad up. I didn't say that. I don't want it a bad up. I just like someone who's got an opinion. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to just give me rope. This ain't the shit. Do you know what I mean? Something I don't, red flag that I don't. Do you know what? Like I'm like TT. I hate clingy women. Like, we don't have to do everything together to us. Like, your life is your life, my life is your life, and then we can come together at some point and do our thing. Like, you don't have to be up in my armpit like 24/7 of the day. That to me is just, like, allow it. Like, it's not for me. So yeah, boom.
Thank you, bro.
like an unfriendly man.
You like an
I mean, I
unfriendly
like them
man?
too friendly. You know the ones there, I like a serious man. You know the ones?
Elaborate. What do you mean?
I just don't like them too friendly, not too talky. They don't say much, their aura speaks for itself. You know the ones there, energy over verbal. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
You can stop looking at me now. I'm just the damn host, I'm doing my thing. Okay, what is it that you don't like? The red flag you don't like is that not having that.
I don't like jealous men. When I say jealous though, I mean jealous of you living out your potential. Scared to see you shine. You know the ones there, I feel like two people come together should ignite, you should elevate, you should want to see the best in your partner. You know the ones there? Yeah.
Nice.
No diddy.
Nice.
Watching now.
Wow. Watching now. Is this going to be the 37-year-old you or the 36-year-old you?
I forgot.
37 is what you said.
Yeah. You know what I don't like? I don't like guys who have takeaway enough. That's cool, that's cool. Finally, I got one right.
Yeah! The lines, read between the lines. Yo! Okay, so what's one that... That's alright, then you got through the first part.
Let me mess it up. I like, a red flag I do like. I like baby mums.
Let's time
Up to baby mother then. Who agrees with me? You know, they got snacks, they got wet wipes, they got their own place. They got matching bed sheets. Yeah, that. That's it.
Yo, hey, listen.
We mess it up now.
Listen,
They've already been disappointed once, so their standards are a bit lower. They're more grateful.
Hearts, please. Where are the hearts? Anyone want to reveal a red flag that they like? I don't want to hear about what you don't like, because I know we've already got the compendium of what you don't like. I want to hear what you like. You see the heart went down though. She waited for up. It's still up. Anybody else? All right. Fellas are staying out of this one. I respect it. Here you go. Remember, a red flag that you like. All right. No, I don't want to hear about I hate whatever else. All right.
I like, a red flag that I like is a protective man. Not overly protective man, but a protective man where he will govern and say, look, that's not appropriate for you to wear out when I'm not with you. I do.
What star sign are you?
Aquarius.
Why? Someone said no, sir. All right. Okay. Because I just feel like in terms of me being a woman and you lot being a man or whatever, men who are men, proper men. No offense taken, just saying. There's different types of men. There's different types of men. I have got a man actually, thank you. Alright? But I'm just saying, you don't know what men are watching, innit? So if you say to your woman, okay, look, that's a bit too much for where you're going and where you're going, like maybe you should totally, I'm not governor or anything, but that's why I said it's a red flag that I like, because I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but like say, look, Tash, maybe wear that when we're going out, and maybe not go out like that by yourself with your friends, or by yourself when you're going out by yourself. So yeah, that's what I like. What's wrong with that?
Can I say something?
Oh, I don't know.
Alright. Don't get me wrong, it's your red flag.
Stop complaining. That's a red flag. Listen, I'm just happy with it.
It's a red flag, yeah.
Someone behind me was saying you did.
No, I'm not gonna lie, that's a red flag, yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. Man, you tell women what to wear. That's a pum in my opinion, bro. If you met your woman looking a certain way, bro. Like, if your woman's gonna go out, that means that your man don't trust. In my opinion, your man don't trust you. Cause if you can't go out in a sexy outfit, yeah, and go on with your brethren them and come back home, and that says insecure. Like, that screams insecure to me personally. Like, my woman can go outside and, babes, if that's what you're wearing, go on, are you that? Is that you sexy blood clot, yo? Go on. Like,
Shabba, you misunderstood, because if I'm going to Princess's house or Ice Cream's or Thing's house, we're going on a girls' night out, I can wear whatever I want. But if I'm going out and he knows I'm going by myself, because I go places by myself, I'm not a girly girl, I have to go everywhere with a group of girls. If somebody invite me out, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna jump in my car and I'm gonna meet you there. Or, do you know what I mean? If you have a christening, I'm gonna come. There's bare men I know that will invite me to their christening because I know them as partners. And he's gonna say, look, you're going out by yourself, you're walking by yourself, maybe not that. If I'm going to a girls' night out and I'm going to somebody's house, a man that governs where you're going and tells you his opinion, not tell you you can't wear that, but tells you opinion, babe, that might not be the best thing for you to wear right now. That's what I like. It's a manly man.
Right.
I think there's like a fair process in that as well, because as a woman, you're going to accommodate to what your man is comfortable with as well, and also not put yourself in. He's kind of looking at it more in the sense of he's not there to protect you, and to look after you when or if something does occur or inappropriate actions take place.
Thank you.
There is a thin line between that and control.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna say one word. I guarantee you. But so, now you see the red flag thing, yeah? What I like is when, in my heyday, when I was single, I'm not single no more. Let's get on camera. See when they got a baby father, yeah? But the baby father's a bit gangster. That's a red flag I like. So, because I wanna go to the yard and the baby father's there when he's just leaving. It makes it a bit more, you know what I mean? That's what I want to say.
That's wild. That is a wild statement right there. All right, back to violence. It was said on the Paul Pierce show that 80% of black sports players always go for white women because they apologize and appreciate black men more, and they don't mind being held accountable. This damn door won't open! Trying to get out! If anyone out there hears me, I want to be free! Give us free!
I think Chinx should start this one.
Is this true or false in your opinion? Look, you want to go on then?
See, this is why black men go for white women, because there's clearly an order and a rule going on, and she just want to override it. What's that about?
This is what this is about.
I spoke the most. I got approached outside for what I said. Like, they moved to me. You go first, man.
Yeah, go on, please. Sorry, Princess, please.
No problem. Read the question again, please. On the
No
show,
problem.
they said, yeah, go on.
No worries. So,
I knew the
on
question.
Paul Pierce show, said that 80% of black sports players always go for white women because they apologize and appreciate black men more, and they don't mind being held accountable. The question is this true or false in your opinion?
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm mindful that I'm not a man. Okay. So I don't experience women how men experience women. All right. So first and foremost, you're probably not gonna like this, but as a big woman and in my maturity, I surround myself with women that do hold themselves accountable. All right. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't think it's a race thing. In regards to athletes, did you say specifically that the athletes, right?
In this question, yeah.
In regards to athletes, I've seen interviews with athletes and their parents, and I remember specifically there was a woman, a mother of an athlete, who said that these women strategically place themselves and position themselves in certain environments to have access to these athletes. So maybe it's not that. Maybe it's that these women are active predators and preying on these men. Maybe it is that. Is that funny? Right. That's what she said. As a mother, she said, I've been trying to safeguard my son from getting himself in these predicaments.
You didn't answer the question.
I did. I said, I'm mindful that I'm not a man experiencing women. No. Myself and my circle hold ourselves accountable. So, and I'm a black woman. So
What's the last? Read the last bit again.
Yeah.
What about the last bit?
what's the last bit?
The
Go
last
on.
bit is this true or false?
No, the bit before that.
Or the bit before that?
Go for white women because they apologise and appreciate black men more. So the bit where you exercise accountability.
I think the bit you meant was, is this true or false in your opinion?
I said false. It's false. And I told
Okay.
you, and I also told you why those women may have access
Yeah,
to those
I
men, because
understand.
they may be allowed in certain establishments and be able to position themselves strategically, and we're not able to as easily.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah, you didn't say false for your narrative. You gave resonance, but you didn't say false until the end. Thank you.
I don't know whether this is true or false. Thank you.
What, in your opinion?
In my opinion, I would say there's a narrative painted of black women historically over the years where black women are painted to be argumentative or troublesome, as opposed to holding themselves and holding their counterparts accountable. And it's like when a black woman holds their man accountable, they're troublesome, but when they hold themselves accountable, that's supposed to be accepted. It's a false narrative that's being pushed for a long, long period of time, as opposed to, and I think it's one that's accepted by people. Trying to get this point across in the right way, because I think it's a very sensitive subject, and it's also one that's easily debatable, because obviously over the years we've seen so many black sports professionals have white partners, but I think there's one that's, what you were saying was accessibility. There's an environment that white women find themselves easier to access than black women are allowed to be in, historically. And in terms of apologise and appreciate black men more, and they don't mind being held accountable, I don't know that to be the case with the people I know. And again, I think it's just a narrative that is being forced into the agenda as opposed to the reality.
You know what? This is a very old school question, bruv. Let's keep it 100. Most athletes now, you can go to the NFL, the NBA, like the Premier League, whatever. Bare black man are with black women, bro. There's bare black man that says, suck up, black woman. You get it? Like, come on, man. This is an old school mentality, bro. You go to the NBA right now, them man there are on 48 million and their black woman's chilling right next to them saying, well done, baby, good loop shot, whatever it's called. Like, it's an old thing, bro. At the end of the day, it's this. Most white girls back in the day with the black athletes, why? Because the black women that was there, like they were able to go to the flipping club. We had this debate 2 years ago. Black women getting rejected from the West End. So how are they gonna see these brothers who come from the ends? Now they've got to be somewhere else. Now they've got to be surrounded by Susan and Kelly, and they're gonna get ackee and chips. It's dead, bruv. Like at the end of the day, nowadays, today, right now, there's more black athletes with black women in affluent places than there is the white people. Then it's because. Just because white girls now can get a bum, don't mean that we want it, bro. Like, I want rice and peas and dumpling. Kelly ain't giving me that, bro. I don't want no mash. Who wants that? No.
We don't stop crying. We are not woman. This make a mirror them with dark complexion.
So hold on, sorry, I didn't mean to touch, but you're saying false. No, because you know what? Like, listen, I respect all opinions, and you have to keep remembering. Yeah, like you said, is that okay? And I'm like, yo, it's fine. I'm just getting clarification on your answer.
No, it's a false. It's false.
Okay, okay.
It's a. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very 1992 argument, bruv. You ever been with a white woman? I've clotted a white woman, yes. I ain't been with one because I can't walk. This is me, innit? I'm just gonna say it as it is, and I don't care. Like, people might get vexed. There's enough man in there that has had sex with them. No pause. I can say it because it's me. I have, yes, I have had sex with a white woman. Have I been in a relationship with a white woman? No. All my relationships have been with a black woman. I can say it like that. That's my preference. It's just me. I can clout you, but I ain't gonna be with you. Simple. Ooh.
Okay. I'm still trying to get out of it right away. Fucking hell.
It's your truth, isn't it? Because women, they go for white women because they apologise and appreciate black men more and don't mind being held and they don't mind being held accountable. That's false to me. I just feel like positioning is everything. Like you said, it depends on where you are, who is available to you and things like that. Do you know what I mean? I also just wanted to say about the players, like them talking about them going for people that hold them accountable, but those men were raised by the black women that they talk against. Do you understand? That's what they produce. When you held men accountable, that's what we produce, those type of athletes and them discipline there. You don't just do what you want to do because you're not successful that way. I know I'm just going off topic a little bit, but we need to start using different words because they like to, when we say something, we're aggressive. We're just passionate and we know you the most because we create you lot. Do you know them ones there? So when we're trying to steer you in the right way, because we're the neck, you know, we navigate. Do you understand what I'm saying? We see things in hindsight. We have intuition and discernment, and we pray for you lot. You know them ones there? So put some respect on our name, please. And it's false.
I just like to say my name is not Paul Pierce.
Sorry, I know, I keep looking.
Neither's his name isn't Paul Pierce. Your name, you might be Paul Pierce. You might be Paul Pierce, but I'm not Paul Pierce. I know that this gets very personal. Yeah, so listen, yeah. And we make here, and we make here, we can break here. False that is false. It's false that. But you, you, definitely you, Jamal, yeah. You, come on, please. But it's not personal. Chinx is loading up.
No, you know, I'm reading, you know. I'm reading. You know what it is, yeah? I don't ever say anything negative about black women online because of that girl Miss Fabulous. I see her slew bare man to say negative stuff about black women, so I'm not even gonna bother with that. You know, I'll be honest. I might have a slight bias in this topic because, as you lot can see, I'm beige. Like, do you get what I mean? So I'm like a product of a multicultural relationship. Do you get what I mean? And like relationships, I notice a lot. How can I say this? Like, a lot of people of a particular culture, they always make like relationships based on color, innit? When it's more about like your mindset and who you are as people. It's not necessarily a color thing, innit? So I don't know why like black people with white people get demonized to a degree for some reason, but I don't know, innit? Each to their own. So it's weird, innit? Like my family is, what's his name? You know, like Martin Luther. You know, like that silly speech where it's like, I have a dream and there's we can black and white and mix and racism and stuff. Like I believe in that. Like, do you get what I mean? And I think that this sounds a bit big-headed here, but I think mixing like cultures that or races that have prior like problems historically, when they come together, it kind of ends racism. Like, do you get what I mean? So you see, like the Holocaust, Like, imagine meeting someone who's half Jewish and half German. Like, the tension between those two cultures, and for you to put that aside for love, I think that's beautiful personally, isn't it? So that's my view.